Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 8 of our podcast on Gratitude Challenge. This is MAV Clinical Services reaching out to you today as we celebrate goodness, we celebrate kindness, we celebrate love and peace and joy and all the fruit of the Spirit. And I want to let us know that for us to be able to do all of those things for other people, it's very important that we first start with us. Any love that would begin, any gratitude that would begin away from you is kind of secondary. The first person that can be able to benefit from that is you. And so in today's gratitude challenge, we are interested in looking at our identity. What is it that is unique about us and how that can actually contribute for us to be able to shine out as the star that does not have a competitor. Okay, so we are going to be looking at how our different combinations make who we are. And with this, it could look at things like your personality trait. It could look at things around your own personal values, your interests, your family or cultural heritage, as well as issues around your gender. You know, sometimes you hear people who are struggling with their identity. They wonder who they are. They wonder why they are where they are and stuff like that. Those are signs that there is some level of uncertainty. There's a level of confusion in your life which you need to actually find solutions to. And again, oftentimes we may not choose a lot of things around us, like maybe our sex. We may not choose our family and sometimes our cultural background and stuff. But I think where we are today, most of us, we have put in a lot of effort to know the to be able to develop our social identity and sometimes to a greater extent our religious identity, because at least we have evolved and we are able to create our own world. It is interesting to know that many times some of us wish that maybe I did not have this big tummy, I did not have this deep voice like a woman, I did not have this, I was without Botox like others would say. We have so many things to complain about. And in those complaints, it starts looking like you were a mistake in your life. And this becomes a serious problem because this has caused many of us to start doing things sometimes that ends up even exposing us to further harm, of which if we were to take time to look at who we are, why we were created the way we were created, it could help us understand that we were filling a particular spot in the universe which only us could be able to fill, irrespective of our peculiarity. And so today we are so interested in wanting to know, to see how our peculiarity is helping us to be able to live our life in the fullest. I have moved in so fast and so far, maybe because I'm too excited, but I am not alone in the studio as usual. I'm with my sister and friend and therapist, Theodoline. You're welcome to today's podcast. Yes, so this is a very critical topic. We want to talk about our identity and being grateful for who we really are. How does that resonate with you?
Yes, just listening to you talk, it is bringing to mind the way we were as children, as a little girl of 1 year, 2 years. You remember that you used to love yourself. You love yourself to an extent where you can even poo and eat the poo. And when you were unhappy, the whole neighborhood will know that you're unhappy. You cry out because during this time you had not been able to attach some of the things we got from the environment. So what has gotten to us to make us begin to see that some aspects of our lives are not the way we would have loved them to be is because those values we were able to enjoy as children, by the conditioning of the environment and the family, the things that happened during the period of childhood caused us to forget this identity, the reality of who we are, that we are just unique, special. There is nothing. So when we forget this, our identity of who we are, how we're created, we now move into the ego state where we want to see perfection. We want to see that everything is just okay. Like you said, the Creator did not make an error by bringing us through this family. And in every family you find yourself, understand that through this family you are supposed to learn the lessons you are to learn to become a better person. There is no error, no mistake in you coming through a family. No matter how difficult or hard this family is, the culture you find yourself into, you don't use it to fight against yourself. So in reality, we are bringing this gratitude challenge with along your path today for you to be able to take this knowledge that all religion in the world had at the core, which is gratitude, to believe that you should be grateful for who you are. You should be grateful for the body you have, the structure. Even if you are pale or you are fat, don't let anybody put you through a tiny hole, because it is just natural. You're beautiful just the way you are. Love yourself just the way you are. Do not condemn yourself. Don't criticize yourself. Don't shame yourself. Don't doubt anything. Don't, because of the words of the people around you, what they are saying about you, don't agree with them. Because when you agree with them, you will discover that you will be living their lives. You will be living other people's lives. That is the reason why most of us will tend to ask ourselves why our lives are the way they are. Because we are not living in accordance to the purpose of God for our lives. Now, do you know that coming to understand that you should be grateful for who you are, you open the inner channel for your core essence to release you more and more to you?
Oh my God, this is very deep and very reflective. And the question now is like, so what are those things that the society has been feeding us with that will cause us to actually deviate from our natural self and from our very essence and purpose, and we are chasing what Solomon would call chasing the wind, which may not even have any returns or rewards. Because I have realized that many times when we chase some of those things, it may look okay because you're out there and people are doing some fanfare and you're feeling like, yeah, you are in the moment and you're getting it. But it is only when you finally get back to your closet that you're like, but all of these things is just waste of time. I mean, despite the fact that I did all of these things, it is still not giving me the inner peace. I still have yearning for more. And it's because you haven't even understood even your identity. I will still even say this and say that despite our religious affiliations, we still have our own spiritual identity and connectivity with the Almighty, with the universe. And sometimes because you are put in the cage, you have been put in a box for you to think in a particular way, you start even feeling less yourself. You start losing confidence in yourself, who you believe, why you've believed it, why you are even trusting. And at the end of the day, you become a relic. You become a relic, kind of. So we are here to encourage us to know that whatever it is, be it your genetic makeup, be it the parents through whom you came, be it the siblings that you had to grow with, be it maybe the religion or the cultural background you came through, be it your educational status, your marital status, and all of those things shouldn't stop you from being able to express your uniqueness. Because you see the stars out there, they can be, it's a whole galaxy, and each one is not outshined by another. Each one of them, they are able to express themselves, and they are able to. And if you are the child of the universe, it means that you equally should be able to express yourself you should be able to unequivocally, unapologetically, you should be able to live your life in the fullness without struggling to mimic other people. When you mimic, you are the photocopy, you are not the original. Could we think about all of these things and get to our point of power that can help us with practical things to do in the now in order to change the narrative of our identity and how we want to see our lives.
Well, listening to you, I am just elated within me, and what I'm looking at is to be able to know what we can do in the now, to be able to change the situation. We can do in the now to cause our hearts to come to a place of awareness where we can have evolution. We know that the point of power is always in the now. When we talk about always in the now, because if we want to see tomorrow change, we should do it now. When whatever we do now, it will come into tomorrow. So the point of power in the now means you become intentional. You personalize these exercises we are going to be explaining to us, so that when you take these exercises, you personalize it to yourself, you realize that one or two of these exercises will just agree, your spirit will agree with, and as you practice it, you will discover that life is going to be very easy. Now, the very first point of power you will be taking today is, we know that all of us, there's a part of your body that you don't like because you believe that something else is supposed to be there. So with that, trying to be able to combat this, we are saying that you should stand in front of the mirror and celebrate your uniqueness beyond physical features. Now, when you look in the mirror, see yourself, call your name, call the name of the person you are seeing on the other side. Look at the physical feature, appreciate it, admire it, and tell the person you are seeing, you're beautiful. You are beautiful beyond description.
Kind of.
You are just the best. Your eyes are nice. Your nostrils, your nose is just pointed in the right. Your mouth is shaped correctly. Your ears are, just begin to appreciate this body. And then the next thing after appreciating this body, the next point of power will be that you know that according to the Bible, we know that God said that in the Bible that the hair of our head are numbered, and He has written our names on the palms of His hands. Now, and it is believed that we can use our hands to transfer the healing power of God into whatever part or place we want to change. So right now, just take your hands and place it on that part of your body you believe that you don't really like. As you place your hands, be intentional. Just begin to transfer love. Begin to tell that part of your body that you are just okay, you are okay just the way you are. You're beautiful. I love you. Send that loving energy to that part of your body and feel that part actually receiving the energy, so that we, at the end of our challenge, you will be able to tell us what happened during this period. I know that as you place your hands on that part of the body and you are doing this exercise from your heart, you feel the surge of the energy, the inner being, the spirit in you will begin to transmit this power, and you will feel this change. Just rejoice in the change and knowing that all is going to be well. Now, we are going to the next point of power. Okay, journey with you together in the studio. The studio is feeling like some kind of charge because it's like we are living the moment. We are living that part now.
Right.
Now, so how do you feel?
It's always so nice being with you in the studio because it's like the energy. It's a power-packed session all the time, and I'm just telling myself it's time to rise up above what seemed to be a limitation in my life, to tell myself that I am just beautiful the way I am. I feel like it is time for each one of us, wherever we are, to shed some of this extra baggage that society, that norms, people's ideologies have created in our minds, and it is holding us captive, and we are unable to live our lives because we are afraid of what people are going to say. There are people who have lost their lives because they are struggling to lose weight. There are people who are struggling with their lives because somebody has told them that you are not beautiful enough, and so you're looking for people who can be able to who can be able to give you what you think you do not have. There are people in this time we are speaking, they have gotten into doing very crazy things because they want to compare with maybe other people. But remember that each one of us, we have a life path. We have a life path, and part of your identity goes to your life path. Sometimes we are struggling to live away from why we are here. I am calling each one of us to understand that if you do not even understand what your life path is, we want to help you. If you don't even know what your purpose is, we want to help you. So to say that it can help you to start taking away some of these loads. Do you know that sometimes even just the shape you have is the lesson that somebody needs in this life? Do you know that the disability you may have will be the reason why somebody can look at life and become more grateful? Do you know that even just the size you've got can be the reason why some other person can look at life and say, oh, I have found somebody with whom I resonate? Everything about us is beautiful. We are not saying that we should throw our bodies and not do anything about us, because a conscious mind is the mind that is constantly at work and doing everything to evolve in the right direction with the right intentions. And so that is what we want to push into us today and tell us that if you are in that place where you are, your identity is you are not clear about who you are, we are here to help you. We understand that, especially for teenagers, you could be in that place where you are in between
identity versus role confusion.
Role confusion. We want to help you so that you can find yourself and you move on. Many of us, because of this distortion at teenage, it has affected us in our entire journey, even into adulthood. We are here to tell you it is not late. We can help you rewind the time, and you can relive those beautiful moments that you missed out in life, so that you can be the original of yourself. And you can do this if you reach out to us on 677-690600 or
677-660215.
I know that after listening to us, you must be feeling as charged as we have been in the studios, and any good news that is not shared is not good news enough, because as you listen to it and you feel edified, some other person may need this. Do well to channel the same information to another person by just clicking the link and sharing with other people and commenting and help us in our goal to reach thousands of people in this new year, so that before we clock the 31st of December this year, we would be able to have lots of people coming up to testify of what gratitude has brought into their lives. Thank you so very much for staying tuned, and see you tomorrow for another heated edition of our podcast.
Bye.